Wait, will Sarada get eternal Mangekyo Sharingan from her father? Boruto. 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 31 spoilers. In the previous Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter, Kashin Koji orders Inojin to take over Kobu, the Fire Daimyo's advisor, and to let him die to the Mamushi clones to ensure their plans are not interfered with. Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 31 is titled, Shut Up. This requires 41 pages, including the color page. The cover features Ida within the Boruto title. Caption: The beautiful flower calls forth the bugs. Mamushi vs. Kobu. The chapter begins when all of the Mamushi stare down Kobu Inojin, causing him to panic. He will kill him. Koji says Inojin must end the mind transfer jutsu and leave Kobu to die because the Mamushi clones will take care of the problem. However, Inojin refuses to do so as Kobu is only a civilian. Koji warns him that if he does not release the jutsu, he will die, so he has to hurry. Now Mamushi leaps, but Kobu Inojin dodges, the latter remarking that Kobu's movements are dull, likely due to the man's age and lack of any training. Inojin tells Koji to shut up as he believes that there will be no meaning as a ninja if he lets Kobu die, hence the chapter title. Meanwhile, in their safe house, Ida and Damon are together, with Ida hugging her pillow as she tells Inojin to hurry and restart the mind transmission jutsu so she can know what is going on. Demon wonders why she does not use the Senrigan, to which Ida explains that Mamushi is watching her when she uses her Shinjutsu. Mamushi versus himself? Meanwhile, Sarada and Delta on the roof, observing Mamushi, who wonders if Ida is in the Leaf Village at all but swears to get to her immediately. The clones all feel impatient and ask the original when that will happen, and so a fight breaks out among the clones. The civilians flee as Sarada and Delta watch in shock. Sarada sees that the Mamushi clones have lost so much of their intellect that they are just rampaging for no reason. This means even the fear of Jura will not hold the Mamushi swarm back from needlessly harming civilians, and especially buildings. Fire spews everywhere, and the civilians flee. Meanwhile, in the interrogation room, Sai asks Shikamaru what exactly is happening and how Inojin is doing. Shikamaru reveals that the enemy is the humanoid Shinju Mamushi, whose goal is to get Ida. Sai is skeptical, as this is the first he has heard of this, but Shikamaru reminds him that this is no time to talk as the village is in danger. Sai still insists on an answer, but Shikamaru says that while he understands Sei's concern as a father, he also reminds Sai to put his career as a shinobi first, especially in an emergency where they must prioritize protecting the village and its citizens. Sai is frustrated with how Shikamaru has been doing these secret missions behind his back since the sand operation. Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan vs. Mamushi. Meanwhile, Mamushi continues his rampage, with civilians fleeing, and as one man trips, Mamushi prepares to kill him. That is until Sarada hovers with Ohirum and causes that Mamushi clone to levitate. She really is moving like Satoru Gojo. Confused by what is happening, the Mamushi clones were gathered to the black sphere formed by Ohirum. Delta is amazed at how Sarada is getting them all in one foul swoop. Sarada says she cannot get them all as her gravity ability works on things that she is able to see with the naked eye. After understanding this, Delta tells Sarada to leave the ones targeting her blind spots to her and kicks the Mamushi clones, as well as firing laser beams and stomping on them with her enhanced claw feet. Sarada closes the black hole and ends Uhirum with all of the Mamushi clones trapped inside. She falls to the ground, holds her head, and Delta rushes over, asks if she is okay as blood leaks from her right eye. Delta looks blurry from her vision, but Sarada says she is alright as her eye bleeds out. However, this blindness could be a warning that if Sarada pushes herself in the coming battles, she will lose her vision, or even die from the strain. This could mean that in the fight against Hidari, her father's divine tree self, Sarada would obtain his remaining eye and save herself and her dream of being Hokage at the cost of Sasuke's life. Boruto saves Kobu. Meanwhile, Kobu Inojin is narrowly avoiding Mamushi. On the roof, page 27, is the sneak peek. Koji forces Inojin to undo the mind transfer jutsu, saying to Inojin it would only be a matter of time until it was over for Kobu. Kobu regains consciousness and is surrounded, confused by why he ended up here and who Mamushi is. Inojin is told to resume mind transmission formation jutsu because the allies need it, and the second he does, he tells Shikamaru about Kobu's situation on the roof. Just when Kobu is done for, Shikamaru and Sai burst out the door, but Kobu is swallowed by Mamushi's flames. That is until Boruto swoops in and cuts down the Mamushi clones in one foul swoop. He sheathes his katana and is side-eyed by Kobu. Shikamaru orders Sai to bring Kobu to the infirmary. Sai bends down and helps Kobu up, asking if he can walk. But Kobu is angry and wants to know what is happening. Shikamaru informs him that these are the Shinju and hopes he understands the danger of the situation and will let him do his job. Kobu says he will let him do his job, but he is not done with his interrogations, and that once he has settled things, the Land of Fire will take action against him. As they walk away, Boruto stares at the toad and asks if this was a setup to let him save Kobu. The toad responds that it was one answer, but Koji still thinks it's best for Kobu to die. Mind transmission revival. With the mind transmission back, Shikamaru checks up on the team. Ida is relieved and asks for the situation. Inojin reveals that there are now 200 Mamushi clones, and Sarada brings up how they have lost so much intellect that they are rioting, fighting each other and everyone and everything. The team is now exhausted, which moves Shikamaru to use their last resort. Use Ida as bait. By luring all the Mamushi clones to Ida, they can dispatch all of the clones at once. Demon is totally fine with the idea of endangering his sister if it means he can readily get rid of the threat to her life as quickly as possible. Demon versus Moshi will likely finish up this battle, but will this fulfill Kashin Koji's latest vision? Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 31 will officially be released on February 20th, 2026.